As the 1971 Lions neared Eden Park for their test of the century and tension crackled on the team bus, JPR Williams made an announcement. "I'm going to drop a goal today, boys," he told the creme de la creme of British and Irish rugby. Amid mounting apprehension over the delicate state of the four-match rubber, the Lions won up with one to play. "And we will win the series. So no need to worry." Throughout his stratospheric career, JPR never wavered from his two-word mantra of no fear, a philosophy which guaranteed him immunity from the corrosive effects of self-doubt. The way he saw it, the Lions had nothing to be afraid of. The rest dismissed the medical student's prognosis as a bit of a hoot, a welcome but frivolous diversion from their collective anxiety at trying to do something no Lions team had done in more than half a century before, nor in more than half a century since. They had seen the indestructible Welshman surpass his contemporaries in so many aspects of the fullback's craft, his "they shall not pass" mantra inspiring comparison to a one-man panzer division. But none of those on the bus heading to New Zealand's fortress could recall him kicking a penalty or a conversion, let alone executing the more difficult art of dropping the ball on the ground and hitting it as it came back up, hence the spontaneous reaction. Everyone burst out laughing, JPR told me years later. "I'd only ever dropped 2 goals in my life, in my first match for Bridgend against Bristol in 1967 and another for Wales against Fiji in 1969. Not surprising really, because I always preferred to run the ball rather than kick it. When the preordained drop goal duly arrived, it did so not with the Lions sailing home on the billowing wind of a 25-point lead, but with the match tied at 11-11 and the series in jeopardy. What's more, JPR took aim not from a pre-planned cushy spot centre field inside the All Black 22, but from double the distance. David Duckham, caught in a cul-de-sac on the blindside wing, worked wonders to keep the move going, flinging a one-handed pass back inside to Barry John. He moved it on to JPR, who broke the habit of a lifetime and went for goal from close to the New Zealand 10-metre line. As the man himself said, "It was still climbing as it went through the posts. I'd hit it perfectly." That drop, giving the Lions enough insurance to win the series on the strength of the most celebrated draw in rugby history, never fails to crop up whenever old Lions reminisce. Nobody talked about it in more venerable tones than Duckham, the stylish England wing who died this time last year aged 76. "It was a magnificent kick," he said. "In those days celebrations were very muted and restrained, but, my goodness, we were so thrilled we could all have kissed him." We all hugged him instead. Running back to his defensive sentry post, JPR raised a triumphant arm towards the Lions reserves and to his understudy, Bob Hiller, in particular. The England and Harlequins captain had encouraged his counterpart to think of the drop goal. Williams took it seriously enough to hit a few shots under John's expert eye after training the previous day. As big match predictions go, He's had the Lions laughing all the way into the history books. Great players in any sport deliver on great occasions. That JPR was the greatest of all Lions full-backs is a statement of fact, not a matter for debate, because his like shall not be seen again. A few Test full-backs, most notably the electrifying New Zealander Christian Cullen, were faster. Fewer still could move through the gears with the grace of a panther, like the inimitable Serge Blanco. When it came to pulverizing tackles, an indestructible force welded to an indomitable will to win, nobody could touch JPR. He redefined the specification of the full-back's job from that of a safety-first defender with a booming boot, transforming the last line of defense into the first point of attack. A clue as to how he did it can be found in how he saw himself, a flanker playing full-back. I didn't like to kick the ball, and I'm very glad I wasn't given much talent as a kicker because it meant I had to run it. It made him the game's supreme warrior, a status beyond dispute before he took to wearing the trademark bandana and long after he managed without it. He displayed courage above and beyond the call of duty so often that it almost became the norm, never more so than in a blood-curdling incident during Bridgend's defeat by New Zealand in December 1978. All Black prop John Ashworth put a stud clean through JPR's left cheek as he lay trapped at the bottom of a ruck. The severing of the facial artery made the gaping wound all the more gruesome, so much so that Williams lost 2 pints of blood.